Welcome to the Trump Breaking News Network, your daily source for up-to-the-minute Trump news. Join us today and every day. Here's today's news.
This is TBNN.
Trump's Wall from the Smuggler's View. By Justin King. As the discussion over Trump's wall heats back up, it seems as though every possible angle has been covered by the media. The fifth column chose to look at the wall through the eyes that ultimately will be the deciding factor in whether it is successful or not. The smugglers. Not the coyotes, but the professional smugglers who will step in to fill the void. While many people currently cross the border without the assistance of professional smugglers, a wall will bring it to an end. Once the wall is built, Border Patrol will no longer be dealing with unorganized coyotes making a quick buck before returning to a shift at the ranch. They will be dealing with smugglers who don't have day jobs. They will be battling people who describe their profession as refugee relocation experts, emergency evacuation specialists, travel expeditors, or simply movers. Who are the smugglers? The professional alien smuggling community isn't like any other smuggling community. They aren't wild cocaine cowboys. Most are former military, law enforcement, intelligence, or military contractors. They speak multiple languages, possess advanced educations, and exercise a level of tradecraft Border Patrol has never encountered. The logistics involved in smuggling people varies greatly from that of smuggling narcotics, weapons, cash, or even medical supplies. Moving people requires skills not possessed by the everyday mule. When questioned about the differences, one of our sources stated flatly, "None of those other things have to breathe." That one sentence clearly showcases the complexities of moving people across international borders undetected. The motivations of the smugglers vary. Some do it strictly for the money, some do it out of a religious conviction, others have a political ideology, some do it to atone for past actions, and still others do it because it's the last place where you really get to play the game. The game is spy versus spy battles of the intelligence world prior to the coming of age of the technical spying, total surveillance era. This probably seems a far cry from the view most hold of alien smugglers. That stems from confusing traffickers for smugglers. Traffickers take people places they don't want to go and force them to do things they don't want to. Smugglers take people where they want to go, or at least to a better location than where they were. Smugglers and traffickers don't get along. A professional smuggling crew is likely to deal with traffickers more quickly, efficiently, and brutally than any federal agency ever would. While some of the motivation for the feud rests in the reasons above, another is simply pragmatic. Traffickers often use the same means and methods as smugglers, however, trafficking draws far more attention from law enforcement. When traffickers and smugglers end up operating in the same area, one group either relocates or ends up missing. Beyond the above, the fifth column won't be disclosing much else about those we interviewed for reasons that should be apparent. The names are all fictitious. Any identifying information will have been altered. As an example, a smuggler named Clinton Pierce from the United Kingdom who was formerly employed by British intelligence might be renamed Vladimir Leninovich from Russia and his former job might be listed as a police officer. This level of anonymity is necessary to provide security for those we interviewed and was the only way to give you a look at the wall you will never see otherwise. We reached out through various contacts and were able to connect with current or former smugglers from every niche with the notable exception of the Mexican cartels. We attempted on 3 separate occasions to reach out to 2 of the main cartels but were unsuccessful. The contracted smuggler. A contracted smuggler is someone who is paid to move specific people out of a given country. Most are ex-military. The wall won't change a thing for us. We don't drive across the open border. Nobody does except the cowboys. We'll have to slightly alter our method, but this doesn't really bother us at all. The route smuggler, a smuggler who reuses a specific route over and over again. It'll slow us down for a week or 2. These guys are federal employees. They have schedules. We figure out the schedules and then we're back to full loads. All it will do is make us carry out a little bit of border watching. The paper smuggler. This person games the immigrations system and obtains visas for the people he or she is moving. The wall helps us. With less unpapered illegals, there will be a greater demand for temporary labor, which means more available visas. The wall is going to pad my pocket. The bull smuggler, what most people think of. The coyote and the guy who just tries to drive through the checkpoint without planning ahead. We'll have to move to boats. Once the wall goes up, the cartels will control the tunnels. We'd have to use their tunnels. I don't want to hurt anybody, and if Border Patrol stumbles on a tunnel, they'll kill him. I'm not doing that, so I'll become a sailor. Gilly Cruz, a former intelligence officer in the Ecuadorian army, is a route smuggler. He believes the wall will completely end the days of the amateur or part-time smuggler. Those are decent guys for the most part. The coyote in Mexico is normally just a guy who knows the terrain and can navigate. The only part-time positions available will be with the cartels. These guys won't do that because they're good guys. They aren't going to pull a trigger for the cartel, and they aren't going to put in the effort to watch the border or build their own tunnel. When asked for specifics about how smugglers like him would survive, he laughed and said, "Come on, man. It's going to be just like the people at TSA. They catch less than 5% of the stuff going through, and they have X-rays, pat-down searches, and all kinds of other methods of detection. It's a joke. TSA really is that bad at what they do." Clarice Johnston, a paper smuggler, based out of Mexico City, said, "Oh, I can't wait for the wall to be built. My business will triple. Easy. There are hundreds of short-term visa types that are available to gain entrance. Once they're there, it's just like before. My way becomes the safest and easiest on the market." When asked what would happen if they overstay and about their likelihood of getting caught, she said Americans are stupid for wanting a wall anyway, but I don't think they're dumb enough to grant the government the power to search homes at random for illegals. That's what it would take. If the government there does that, we'll be finding ways to get people out, not in. A bull smuggler named John White of Galveston, Texas, was quick to point out that the wall would have huge gaps and that it wouldn't include the waterways or the Gulf of Mexico or the Pacific Ocean. "You're an expletive deleted idiot if you think this means anything to us. So we drive a boat instead of car. It means nothing. You can't stop drugs from Colombia, but you're going to stop people? It'll never happen. Water is a lot easier too because we don't have to stick to roads. One time we land in Texas, the next time in Mississippi." Zaritza Wild was a contract smuggler until last year. She is known to have operated in at least a dozen countries. Her take on the wall is simple. The whole thing is laughable. It's a political tool to keep stupid people voting for the orange one. If these yokels knew anything about immigration, they'd know the U.S. loses about 10,000 Mexicans per year. There are more Mexicans leaving than coming. The Fifth Column checked this statement, and found it to be true. The wall will change nothing except for putting a few of the really dumb people out of business. Their clients just go to someone else. The government doesn't want to commit money to build the wall. The locals will simply break it down in places. There won't be money to fix it. The cartels will dig under it or blow a hole in it. The government will only succeed in making it more dangerous for Border Patrol. When asked specifically about contract smugglers, she said it won't change things at all. Who drives across a border anymore? Nobody's done that since specific person's name's day. The wall is a simple show for the people at home. It means nothing to us. As you know though, an army on the border just means that one day, we'll be getting people out of the U.S. soon. When it happens, give me a call, I'll give you a discount.
That's the news. Join us here every day. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell. See you next time.
This is TBNN.